Hello, everyone. You're welcome to this webinar titled How to Write a Good Abstract. My name is Dr. Chris, and I am the founder of Street Scholar Worldwide. In my years of mentorship, students have always come to me asking me to guide them to write a good abstract. And whenever students come to me for such favor, I always ask them, what is an abstract? An abstract is a concise summary of a research paper, a thesis, an article, or any academic work. I look at an abstract as a mini trailer that gives you the gist of the whole movie without you having to sit through the entire movie. It typically highlights the purpose, the methodology, the results, and conclusion of a larger work. An abstract provides a brief overview of the main points, allowing readers to understand the content and the relevance of a piece of academic writing without having to read through the entire document. The first thing you will want to do when writing an abstract is to have a clear topic. In this webinar, I am going to use an already existing topic of my published article to walk you through how to write a good abstract. So the topic of this article is the Internet of Things-based digital twin best practices for reducing operational carbon emission in building retrofitting, a mixed method approach. The first thing you're going to do when you're writing an abstract is to write a brief background and the gap of the topic. For instance, the Internet of Things-based digital twin technologies offers a transformative approach to building retrofitting for reducing operational carbon emissions. Now, this is a brief background. However, a notable gap exists between the potential and the adoption of the two emerging technologies, further exacerbated by the NASA state of research in this domain. Now, this is the gap. The gap I categorize into two. The first one is the practical gap, talking about the notable gap between the potential and the adoption. And then the knowledge gap, which says further exacerbated by the NASA state of research in this domain. And you might also want to take note of the acronyms which I have used in this abstract to avoid the repetition of long phrases. After that, the next thing you want to talk about in an abstract is the purpose or the aim of your research. The research aims to establish the best practices that innovatively strengthens the identified enablers to decisively tackle challenges, ensuring efficient implementation of Internet of Things-based digital twin for reducing operational carbon emissions in buildings. The aim is clear and concise and makes your reader to understand the essence of this study. This is a very important aspect in writing an abstract. The aim must be clearly written. After you must have highlighted the aim, the next thing you need to do is to talk about the methodology. This study adopted a mixed method approach. Questionnaire data from 220 multidisciplinary professionals were analyzed via structural equation modeling analysis. while interview data obtained from 18 stakeholders were analyzed using thematic content analysis. The findings were triangulated for cohesive interpretation. Now the methodology clearly states the data collection instrument, the number of stakeholders surveyed and interviewed, and the method applied in analyzing the data. Now the results. After the analysis of the questionnaire data, a structural model was developed depicting the critical challenges, which have been highlighted in bracket, including inadequate data security, limited technical expertise, and scalability issues. So these are the critical challenges. Also, the key enablers, which includes robust data security measures, skill development, and government incentives. In other words, the structural model depicts the critical challenges and the key enablers of implementing Internet of Things-based digital twin for reducing operational carbon. Sequentially, analysis of in-depth interview data reviewed the Internet of Things-based digital twin best practices to strategically strengthen enablers, thereby mitigating challenges and ensuring the successful implementation of Internet of Things-based digital twin for reducing operational carbon. After the results have been clearly articulated, the next thing to do is the implication of the results. And you have to bear in mind that the result must be as concise as possible to enable the readers understand the findings. Now, the implication. This study provides a practical guidance to stakeholders to effectively implement Internet of Things-based digital twin in reducing operational carbon in buildings and contributes significantly to climate change mitigation. Now you add up all those different parts into one paragraph to give an overview of your entire work, which could be in over 100 pages of academic content, but in 250 words, you are able to give them a concise overview. That is it for today's webinar on how to write a good abstract, and I believe you have learned from it. Subscribe to our channel and look out for more content in the near future.